The Piggy Prince by Marcia, Vaughn and illustrated by Schon. It was a beautiful evening. The sun was sinking like melted cheese over the castle. The Piggy Prince went into the royal dining room. He sat down and looked at the table. There were silver plates and golden bowls full of different foods. There were crunchy carrots and buttered beans. There was freshly baked bread and spicy sausage. There were fancy fruit muffins, sweet strawberries, and ice cream. The feast smelled delicious to everyone but the prince. The prince banged his silver spoon on the table. He sighed heavily. "I want something special for dinner," he said, "and it must be round." "Round, my dear?" said the queen. "Round? Whatever next?" "Round," said the king. "Whatever can you want?" Sir Rodney Ramcastle clanked his armor and said, "Your Majesty, I know exactly what the prince wants." "Then go and get it right away," commanded the king and queen. Sir Rodney clanked off to the kitchen and came back with a silver tray. "What's this?" asked the prince. "Cannonball crumpets with battering ram jam," clanked Sir Rodney. "Nice and round." The prince looked outside. The sun had set and the sky was red as tomato sauce. Then the prince looked at the cannonball crumpets. He dipped a finger in the battering ram jam and licked it. "Phooey!" cried the prince. He crossed his eyes and spit jam all over. "I want something round and gooey." "Round and gooey?" said Sir Rodney. "Well, why didn't you say so?" "Whatever next?" said the queen. "Who else can help?" The Jester of Jolliness jumped for joy and said, "I think I know. I know exactly what the prince wants for dinner." "Then go and fix it right away," commanded the queen and king. The jester cartwheeled off to the kitchen and came back with a big bowl. "What's this?" asked the prince. "Jellied eels and banana peels," laughed the jester. "They are round and gooey." The prince looked at the jellied eels and banana peels. They were slithery and slimy and cold. He picked one up and bit into it. "Phooey!" pouted the prince. He made a face like a rotten apple. "This isn't what I want at all. I want something round and gooey and spicy, too." The jester wasn't jolly now. "Spicy?" he said. "No, jelly eels aren't spicy." Outside, the moon was rising. It was as white as newly baked bread and round as a slice of sausage. "It will soon be time for the prince to go to bed," said the queen, "and he still hasn't had any dinner." The royal wig maker looked up. She fluffed her sky-high hairdo and said, "I think I know. I know exactly what the prince wants." "Then go get it quickly," commanded the king. The wig maker went off to the kitchen and came back with a green bowl. "What's this?" asked the prince. "Hot hairnet soup," said the wig maker. "The bowl is round and the soup is gooey and spicy." The prince looked at the soup. He dipped the ladle in and took a sip. "Phooey!" cried the prince. He gulped down a glass of water. "That won't do at all. I want something round and gooey and spicy and extra chewy." Hot hairnet soup is spicy, said the wig maker, but it isn't chewy. No, it isn't chewy at all. And she shook her head. The queen sighed and the king put his head in his hands. Who could help them now? The prince looked at them and said, "There is only one person in the whole castle who knows what I want to eat for dinner." Then everyone asked, "Who? Who can it be?" "Who do you think?" said the prince. "That person is me. I know exactly what I want for dinner." "Hooray! We'll make it for you right away," said everyone. "No," said the prince. "I can make it all by myself." The prince pushed back his chair and marched past the queen, the king, the knight, the jester, and the wig maker. He walked all the way through the castle until he came to the royal kitchen. The prince got out a bowl of dough, a bucket of tomato sauce, a wheel of cheese, and a sausage the size of an elephant's trunk. Then the picky prince rolled up his ruffled sleeve and went to work. "What is the prince cooking?" wondered the queen and king. "I don't know," said Sir Rodney Ramcastle, "but it's bound to be round. And it's got to be gooey," said the jester of jolliness. "And it's sure going to be spicy," said the royal wig maker. "This," said the prince, "is my favorite thing to eat in the whole wide world." Suddenly, a delicious smell filled the kitchen. Noses twitched, taste buds itched. Everyone crowded around the prince as he opened the oven door and pulled out his dinner. "It's round. No, it's so round," declared Sir Rodney. "It's so gooey," exclaimed the jester. "It smells so spicy," sniffed the wig maker. "Whatever can it be?" wondered the queen and king. "It's pizza," said the prince, "and I made enough for everyone in the castle." "Delicious," grinned the queen. "Delicious," laughed the king. "Hooray!" cheered the rest of the royal court. But the prince did not say a word, because his mouth was full of round, gooey, spicy, chewy pizza. The end.